Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Hope you are all well. Today we are going to discuss the 16th problem in the 800 rated problems of the TLE Eliminators CP sheet. The problem name is Desorting. Let's get started. Let's first read the problem statement. Call an array A of length n sorted if A of 1 is less than equal to A of 2 and it's less than equal to A of 3 and so on for the whole array. The task has an array A of length n. He is allowed to perform one type of operation on it 0 or more times. Choose an index I and add 1 to the indexes a1, a2 until ai and subtract 1 from the indexes a of I plus 1, I plus 2 until a of n. The value of a can be negative after the operation. Determine the minimum number of operations required to make the array not sorted. We will be given n and the elements. We need to output the minimum number of operations needed to make the array not sorted. So let's see the question now. Let's try the second test case. For example, we are given 1, 8, 10 and 13. 1, 2, 3 and 4. We can choose any index from 1 to n minus 1. I can be between 1 to n minus 1. So we can choose this or this. We can choose these three indexes. Suppose that I choose this index. So I will decrement all these elements and I will increment all these elements. Right. So after one operation, our array would look like this. This would be 9 and this would be 12. I decremented 1 from this and I incremented 1 in these. Again performing the same operation on the same index. The index was this. So again it got 3, 10, 8 and 11. So this is not sorted. So the number of operations required were 1 and 2. 2 operations were required and the answer is also 2. So I think you got the dry run. Now let's see how to approach this. Let's take the second example itself. 1, 8, 10 and 13. I want to make this element, the element at this index, greater than this in order to make the array not sorted. So the previous element should be greater than the next element. So I can reduce the difference by 2 at each step. Right. In one step this goes to 9 and this also goes to 9. So the initial difference was 10 minus 8, that was 2, and now the difference is 0 after one operation. Right. And after two operations the difference would be minus 2. Like this would become 10 and this would go on to become 8. So the difference would decrease by a factor of 2 each time. Right. So what we can do is, for every index we can check how many number of operations are required to make the array not sorted from that particular index. Let's suppose we take the last example. The example is 1, 9 and 14. Suppose I want to make this element greater than this. So what I will do, I will increment 2 and decrement 9. This becomes 2 and 8. Again I will perform one operation, it will become 3 and 7. Again it will become 4 and 6. Again it will become 5 and 5. And then it will become 6 and 4. So the number of operations were 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So this required 5 operations. Now let's check for this. After the first operation it will be 10 and 13. The second operation it will be 11 and 12. After the third operation it will be 12 and 11. So we got the answer in 3 operations. So 3 is our answer. 3 operations. So 3 is the answer for this. I hope you get how we are doing this. So we are just minimizing the difference. We are just checking the difference and minimizing the number of operations required. So more formally, like if we have a difference d, then the number of operations would be d by 2 plus 1. Why plus 1? Because they can be equal as well. We don't want them to be equal. We want one to be greater and one to be smaller. That's why the plus 1. And here, let's see. For this, the difference is 5. Right? 14 minus 9. 5. So the number of operations was 5 by 2 plus 1. So that is 2 plus 1 and that equals 3. So yes, this is the required thing. Let's write some code. So we'll take an input n and we will take the whole array as input. After that, we will have an difference variable that we will assign to a very large number. Let's suppose we assign it as int max, that is 2 power 31 minus 1. This is a very large number. Now we will iterate for I equals 1, I less than n, I plus plus, and we will minimize the difference. We will check for the minimum difference. That will be the minimum of difference and ARR of I minus ARR of I minus 1. Like, I want the minimum difference between these two elements. Here the difference was 5, here the difference was 9, here the difference was 5. So I want the minimum difference 5 so that I can get the minimum number of operations. Like, here it was 3, here it was 2, here it was 7. So I will be choosing the 2. So now suppose that we get a negative difference. In this test case, suppose that we get a negative difference, then our answer is 0. That is a special case. Now here we will check if difference is less than 0. If it's less than 0, we'll output 0. Otherwise, we will print difference divided by 2 plus 1. Why this? Because due to this fact. Right. I hope you got the explanation. Now let's code this up. Let's code it up. I have my boilerplate code here. I will take n as the input. That is the size of the array. Then I will make a vector of size n, and I will take the whole vector as input. Right. After that, I will define the diff variable. That I will define it as int max, and then I will iterate from the first element, and I plus plus, and I will check for the minimum difference. In the end, if difference is less than 0, then the array is already not sorted. So we will print 0. Otherwise, we will print difference by 2 plus 1. So this is our code. Let's try for the sample test cases now. This should be 1, 2, 0 and 3. So the answer is correct for the sample test cases. Now let's try to submit it. Submit, page and submit. It is running and the solution got accepted. That means our approach and solution is correct. I hope you got the solution and the code. The solution would be in the description section. Please check it out. Also comment down what was your approach for solving the same problem. Also, this is a series for all the problems in the CP sheet. Do check all the other problems as well. Like the video, subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends. Thank you.